Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hungerford. All right, we're here in People versus Frank Milne. It's 4 files. 2016 file 5326FH, 2021 file 6230FH, 2022 6280FH, and 2022 6408FH. These were all up for a show cause for failing to pay fines and costs. And then Mr. Milne did not appear at that hearing, so there was a warrant that was issued for his arrest. So Mr. Milne, in all these cases, it's alleged that you are in contempt of court for failing to pay as ordered and for failing to appear as ordered. You have the right to have a hearing where those allegations would need to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to the assistance of an attorney. Mr. Hungerford's here for arraignment purposes. If you request and qualify for an appointed attorney, the court will refer it for that. You've got the right to present evidence in your own defense and to cross-examine any witnesses against you. If you are found to be in contempt of court, I could jail you for up to 93 days and or fine you up to $7,500. So you understand the rights that you have and the penalties that you could face?
Yes.
And Mr. Hungerford, do you know how Mr. Milne wishes to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor. My client admits that he didn't show up, and I know that he does have some money back at his house. I think he has a check for $200, and because he in fact was shoveling roofs, but I don't think he's doing that too much anymore. He's indicated to me that he's got a job. He's got a job at Precision Edge, and I know he's goes in for an interview on this particular Thursday. In terms of the failure to appear, he no longer lives at the 2463 Indian Trail Road. And the fact is, he hasn't lived in that particular residence for at least 7 years. And his current address is 28 Hope Lane in Kinchwell, Michigan, 49788. And he wasn't getting any mail. He wasn't getting any mail there with regards to the show calls. And
Well, it looks like we were sending this to 18 Christopher Drive in Kinross, was where the notices were sent.
No, he's moved from there, Your Honor.
When did he move from there?
Second week of July, or no, first week of November.
Well, you didn't tell us.
I could have swore I did. I changed everywhere else. I got changed in district court. I got changed in front of the court.
In fact, Mr. Milne's major problem is he was in great communication with the court and lied to the court about having a job. So we dismissed all the show causes and did an order of income withholding. And then the employer said, he didn't work here. He hadn't worked here in a long time. So we did another show cause, and then he doesn't show up. So Mr. Milne, you can say a lot of things right now, but you should think about how much of it I'm going to believe.
I understand that, sir. The job thing was a complete misunderstanding.
Yes, it sure was. You shouldn't lie to a judge about whether you're working so that we take a contempt off and do an order of income withholding for a job you don't even have. You know how much income we got from that withholding order? Zip, because it wasn't your job. Am I in a position to know what your job is?
Yes.
No, I'm not. How do I know what your job is? You know who knows what your job is? You. So you telling me you have a job that you don't have, that is a grand misunderstanding for sure. All right, Mr. Hungerford, do you know what he wants to do there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. We will plead guilty to the charges. Again, I talked to him earlier and about the address. He did indicate that he did contact someone. I know a couple of different people, and one of the problems he has is that since he lives in Kinchwell, Michigan, he's got 2 children, and the kids go to school in Kinchwell, and then they depend upon him for, transportation. And, so he's, the kids right now, I believe, are with their mother down here. And of course, she doesn't have transportation. She doesn't have transportation, to take the kids to school up in the UP. So if in fact the court is, I'm going to give him some jail time, or they impose some type of fine, I would ask for the jail time that it be on weekends, so that he'll be able to take his children to school. And with regards to any, yeah, that's it, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hungerford. So, Mr. Milne, has anybody promised you anything in exchange for admitting to contempt?
No, sir.
Has anybody threatened you?
No, sir.
Is it your own free choice?
Yes, sir.
I wish to plead to being in contempt of court, guilty or not guilty. So have you been ordered to pay in these files, sometimes for several years?
Yes.
And have you failed to pay as ordered?
I've paid some, but I haven't paid completely, yes.
You set up a payment plan with this court, is that correct?
Have I?
Yes.
I
At one point.
I
you set
had
up-
one, yes.
And you failed to comply with that payment plan, is that correct?
I lost my job.
And we had a hearing to address these issues and you failed to appear at that hearing, is that correct?
Dude, I didn't get the paperwork correct.
Thank you. Mr. Hungerford, you satisfied with the factual basis, especially in failing to pay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Goodrich, you satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Milne, I find that your plea is knowingly, understandingly, and voluntarily made, that there's a sufficient basis to find you in contempt, and I do so find in all 4 files. Anything you want to say to me, Mr. Milne, in addition to what your lawyer has said about what we ought to do about that?
Just, I would like to keep my kids in school. That's my main goal. I have full custody of my children. You know, since I've been out of prison, I've turned a whole new leaf in my life, but it might not look as that on your end, sir, but I have. I used to never show up for court hearings, and I've shown up for everyone. I missed one a while ago and I turned myself in. This one I had absolutely no idea about at all.
Thank you, Ms. Goodrich, for the people's recommendation.
Your Honor, at this time, I would ask for the 93 days of contempt, given the 3 violations. Mr. Milne is no stranger to the criminal system and certainly knows the requirements under probation.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you think we're doing here, but these are some really old cases that you've been ignoring, and then you get back from prison and you don't deal with it. You make payment plans, you don't follow through. You tell us you're working for somebody when you're not working for them. These are, I think we've shown we'll work with you on payment plans when you're communicating truthfully. But I don't think you understand what the plan is. What day did you come to be in custody on these points?
Sunday.
So 3 days as of today, 93 days jail on all files, credit for 3 served. When you're out, set up a payment plan, we'll do it again.
Do about my kids, Your Honor.
That's the judgment of contempt of the court. You've got a phone back there, you can do what you have to do. Thank you, Mr. Hunter.